Hello, so nice to meet you at this daily motivational meeting reading quotes from world scriptures. We are reading nowadays the chapters How to Avoid Mistakes. All other chapters find our channel Message to Billions. Today's topic is ignorance and atheism. Many religions regard ignorance as the cause of evil in human life. Being ignorant of God and the purpose of life, people's values became confused and consequently they act wrongly. The Apostle Paul taught that ignorance of God lay at the root of all forms of license and immorality. And Islam is called forgetting God, causing people to deviate from path and lose their souls. In Buddhism, this ignorance leads to grasping after self and begets delusion moha. Many scriptures warn against the illusory goals and vanities that infect worldly life. In this search for knowledge, people have embraced various philosophies, yet it is clear that no one of them have illuminated the truth 100%. After times, valid insights are mixed with false views, leading to confusion and conflict over values, to skepticism and even atheism. This too is the result of humans' fundamental ignorance, whose source stemmed from the fall, according to Father Moon, as a prophet of the 20th century who lived through the struggle with communism. He is particularly concerned about this contemporary form of ignorance. The concluding passages describe humanity's spiritual blindness. They describe ignorance as a veil that obscures the faculty of insight. The Buddha used metaphors such as moth drawn to perish in a lamp to represent people's attraction to the illusory vanities of this world. In Hinduism and Jainism, this blindness, avidya, is that binds people to the wheel of birth and death, samsara, binding them sense pleasure instead of seeking reality itself. Plato's famous myth of the cave speaks to this topic. Father Moon likewise described a pervasive delusion born of the human fall that leaves humans behind blind to spiritual truth and totally unable to know inner heart, ignorance of God. Be not like those who forget God, and therefore he made them forget their own souls. Although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him, but they became futile in their thinking and their senses. Minds were darkened, claiming to be wise. They became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God to images resemble mortal man or birds of animals or reptiles. Therefore, God gave them up in this lust of their hearts to impurity, to the dishonoring of their bodies among themselves, because they exchanged their truth about God for a lie and worshipped and served the creature rather than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. The fool say in his heart, there is no God. They are all corrupt. They do abominable deeds. They is more than does good. The Lord looks down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there are that act wisely, that seeks after God. They have all gone astray. They are all alike corrupt. There is no one that does good, no one, no one. Have they not knowledge, all the evildoers, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and do not call upon the Lord? Whoever wants to do some evil against another does not remember God. He who does not clearly understand heaven will not be pure in virtue. He who has no mastered the way will find himself without any acceptable path of approach. He who does not understand the way is pitiable indeed. No man lies to his neighbor until he had denied the root. It happened once that Rabbi Reuven was in Tiberias on the Sabbath, and the philosopher asked him, "Who is the most hateful man in the world?" He replied, "The man who denies the Creator." "How so?" asked the philosopher. Rabbi Reuben answered, "Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. And thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet." No man denies the derivative, the Ten Commandments, until he has previously denied the root God, and no man sins unless he has denied him who commanded him to not commit that sin. The demonic do things they should avoid and avoid the things they should do. They have no sense of uprightness, purity, or truth. There is no God, they say, no truth, no spiritual law, no more moral order. The basis of life is sex. What else can it be? Holding such distorted views, possessing scant discrimination, they became enemies of the world, causing suffering and destruction. Hypocritical, proud, and arrogant, living in a delusion and clinging to deluded ideas, insatiable in their desire, they pursue the unclear ends. Although burdened with fears that end only with death, they still maintain with the complete assurance gratification of loss is the highest that life can offer. Bound on all sides by envy and anxiety, driven by anger and greed, they amass by enemies. They can hoard of money for the satisfaction of their carvings. "I got this today," they say, "tomorrow I shall get that. This wealth is mine, and that will be mine too. I have destroyed my enemies. I shall destroy others too. Am I not like God? I enjoy what I want. I am successful. I am powerful. I am happy. I am rich and well born. Who is equal to me? In this perform sacrifices and give gifts and rejoice in my own generosity." This is how they go on, deluded by ignorance, bound by their greed, and entangled in a web of delusion, whirled about by a fragmented mind, they fall into a dark hell. Further, let's read quotes from the teaching of second coming Messiah, Ernest Moon. Humanities fell into ignorance of God as at this beginning, and we are still ignorant of God today. We do not know God, God's ideal of creation, or the family that was to be the base of our fulfillment. For this reason, everything goes wrong. Human lives, from the family level to the world level, is a mess. Many people think that food, clothing, and survival are the chief ends of life. Of course, they do develop some good elements through moral human relationship with each other. However, the standard of their morality and social agreements uh, differ according to the culture and background. Hence, while everyone has an innate desire to establish the original standard of morality, we face the reality that existing moralities and ways of life are scattering in many directions. There is no consensus about it. That is a problem. People are unsure about their ultimate destination after earthly life is finished. They are uncertain about the existence of the spirit world. They are even ignorant of the existence of God. When people believe there is nothing after death, they want to experience everything they possibly can of earthly life. They want to excel everyone else in building an ideal environment for themselves before they die. They want to do something significant on the world stage and to experience all manner of relationships. Inevitably, their life becomes nothing but the pursuit of physical pleasure. That is why in affluent countries like the United States today, ethics and morality have all become decayed. The loss of values is serious even at the extent that people reject their historical traditions and destroy the family structure of parents, siblings, husband, and wife. In their pursuit of physical pleasure, people throw away that is needed for lasting relationships. Children pursue their pleasures and their parents oppose. Husband seeks them out and their wives object. People lose the desire to marry as life becomes more casual every day. Adam and Eve fell into a state of ignorance, ignorant of the ideal world of holiness and ignorant of God's purpose to realize that world. Born as descendants of ancestors who fell into ignorance, we also do not know where we are supposed to go. If we are created in such a way that we cannot live apart from God, then surely our ignorance of God consigns us to walk a miserable path. Although we may diligently study the Bible, can we claim that we really know the reality of God? Can we ever grasp the heart of God? Religious have helped fallen people gradually overcome their spiritual ignorance by stimulating their latent original mind to activity. They have been teaching people to focus their lives on the invisible causal world of God, since not everyone feels an immediate need for religion. Only a few exceptional people attain spiritual knowledge rapidly. For the vast majority, spiritual growth remains a slow process. We see this form that fact that even today, with religions widespread throughout the world, people's spiritual level is often no better than the people in ancient times. I'll ask young people whether they really love God. If they are honest, the answer must be no. Why? Because their views are different from God's. Young people like to enjoy their life, indulging in free sex and drugs, but God does not allow it. As long as they are doing those things, they cannot say they love God. Yes, so interesting quotes for today. Wish you have a great blessed day. Watch one more time this video if you will have difficulties today. Contact me for consultation and cooperation and to become member of Heavenly Pirates Holy Community. All the best. Bye bye. Don't forget to share this